The other tool we want to take a look at is the circle tool. So this is a circle where you supply the center with one click and then you specify the radius with your second click. If you click on the circle tool and you look in the command line, it will say specify a center point for your circle. So where do you want the center point to be? So I will click, and now AutoCAD's asking specify the radius for your circle. And basically if you pull the cursor in and out, you are rubber banding back and forth, and wherever you click, well, that's going to specify the radius. Second click, and that ends the command. Now if you're going to make a lot of circles, you're welcome to go back to the ribbon and click on circle again. You could also access the circle command by typing circle in the command line, hitting enter, and then executing the command. If you had to pick a one-letter shortcut for circle, what do you think you might use? Yeah, C. So C, enter, is also the circle command. So those are three ways to access the command, but you know what? There's another way too. If you just made a circle and you need to make another circle, just hit enter. And hitting enter, look what it did. It restarted the last command. So wherever I click, I'm starting my new circle. Hit enter. Right? And enter is just a fast way to get back to the command you just did. Right? And then there's no typing, and then there's no traveling up to the ribbon. It's just really fast and really good way to do it. Another way to restart a command is right click on the screen while you're drawing, and you'll see the last command you did with circle, so it will repeat the circle. Okay, and some people like working off the right click menu. If you right click again, you can actually see a list of the most recent things you've done on your recent input. Okay, so it saves several commands and you can pick from them so that you don't have to type anything out or go back to the ribbon to select the tools. I'm going to double click my wheel, click, click, and that will zoom the extents so that I can see everything I've drawn so far. Quite the masterpiece, I'm sure you'll admit. So it's probably not a bad time to talk about saving, right? We spent all this time drawing this beautiful thing. Now we have to save it. So saving in AutoCAD, pretty straightforward. But let's talk about where we should save and how we should save. So when we want to save our drawing, we've got two options. If this is the first time we're saving the drawing, we can hit the save button and it'll ask you, hey, where do you want to save this thing? Now, this is kind of important because if you don't save things in a place where it's easy to find them, you're going to have a lot of trouble. You're going to find it's very frustrating to draw something and then lose it and then have to draw it again. So we want to try to avoid that by practicing something called file management. And file management just means I have a system for saving things in certain places so that they are easy to find later on. And I don't have this giant messy folder with 10 million files in it that I can never find what I need. File management is super important for anyone that works with computers, because if you're a slob, it's just going to slow you down and force you to do things more than once, right? File management is also very important in CAD because typically we work with other people when we do CAD work, and we all have to have a system where we've agreed where we're going to save things, what we're going to call the file when it's saved so that it's easily accessed by all the people that have to work on it. So what you want to do is you need to make a file specifically for the things that you're going to do in the CAD part of the INDR B12 class. Okay, and here's what we're going to do. And if you wanted to take a look over in your course pack on page 9-7, it talks about how do we save these CAD files. Now on campus, what we would have to do is we'd have to make a special file on the school server. But we're not at school, maybe right now. The idea though is wherever you save your work, you want to be able to find it and get to it and have access to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Save. And right now you'll see it's directing you to the Documents folder on your computer. Now, on your computer at home, that's okay. You can save there if you want. But you can pick different places to save. You can go to the desktop if you wanted to, and you can make a folder. You can save in your C drive. You can save on your external drive if you have a flash drive. You can save anywhere you want. For this class, maybe if you were at home, what you want to do is you want to go into your documents and you want to hit save, and you're going to make a new folder, and you're going to call that folder INDR B12. INDR B12. And everything we do for this class is going to go in that folder. Now, it's important though, if you're on campus, not to save things in your documents or on the computer, because every night at midnight, the campus computers are wiped clean. Anything you save on those computers will be destroyed and erased, and you'll lose your work. So the recommendation is save things on your H drive, like it outlines over in your course pack. Save things in the H drive that has your name at the front. The H drive is a secure location on campus. It's buried under 10 feet of concrete. If there's ever nuclear war, look, your CAD files will be totally safe, which is reassuring, right? So in the CAD lab at BC, save to your H drive. Now, some people like to use USB drives. They like to take the little flash drive and stick it in the computer and take their work with them at the end of the day. If you want to do that, you can. Just understand that those aren't very secure. They're easily lost. They're easily broken. And if you lose all your work, then you're out. You've lost out. Other people use Google Drive to save their work. Other people use pay services like Dropbox. And Google Drive and Dropbox are in the cloud, which means you can upload things from school and then you get home and you can download them from home.